What's up, everyone? Hey, I'm about to hop on a ride, but I wanted to do a quick video on hydration because I think it's completely misunderstood. A lot of people think hydration comes down to how much water you're drinking right before or during exercise, and that's not the case. Hydration is a 24-hour process, right? And if you're going to be working out really early, like in my case yesterday, I ran 33 miles, right? I woke up at 3 a.m. to go do this, right? And I wanted to be running before 4 o'clock. Now, I say that because there's no way I woke up and completely hydrated up in an hour. That's not how hydration works. It's not how the body works on a cellular level, okay? Now, the point of this video is going to be about hydration. I'm not going to get into the dynamics of fueling and such during ultra long, endurance bouts. Yesterday we ran, right at, nearly 6 hours. In this heat, right, and overnight right now, it's dropping to like 85. So it's not ever really cooling off. So it was nice and steamy pretty quick, right? So to be able to maintain, the heat is a great equalizer, and it will crush you. If you're losing fluid quicker than you're able to put it back in, you're gonna be in a lot of pain. So again, I'm gonna focus on what I use for hydration, not so much fueling, because that's a whole other video. Okay. If you're going out and you're working out for for 30 minutes or 45 minutes and you're cramping, okay, you've got a bigger issue, right? It's not, you need to look at your hydration as a whole, right? You got to understand there's a lot that goes behind electrolyte balance, and so far more than just consuming water. Okay, so you got to look at your diet as a whole to make sure you're primed up for long endurance events like going out running, longer than a marathon, or going out and doing an Ironman, for example. Okay, now I was running with a friend yesterday that had never gone further than 10 miles, so we slowed way down. Now, even if you look at how long it took us to do it, it's still pretty damn fast for a guy that never gone that far. But for me, it just meant more time out in the heat, right? So I had to pay really close attention to hey, I'm getting enough fluid now. One of the things I've used is Scratch Labs hydration mix. Now, this isn't something you take before you go out and run for an hour or two. Okay, this is something I want to say it's designed for like extreme heat or extremely long endurance feats like an Ironman. Okay, yesterday I did it just because I knew it was going to be hot. This thing it's ultra loaded, right? It has 1,720 milligrams of sodium. So just after I woke up and I had some water and ate, I knocked one of those down. 25 minutes before I started running. Okay, during my run, I alternate between water and Element hydration mix. It's LMNT. I don't have any left. I used it all yesterday, but you can look it up. I think it's a great product. It does not upset my stomach like a lot of the sugar-loaded stuff does. Now, during the run, and I say this is not for fuel, but for hydration, I did consume a few bananas, for example, just for the potassium content. And I like bananas, so and another thing I use for sodium. Now, a lot of people use salt tablets. I'm not a big fan because I think the acidity. I start getting like sores inside my mouth from them, where they kind of eat at the like walls of your mouth and such. I prefer base salt. When you get this, they send you a little tube as well that you carry, like in your hydration vest or your jacket, or your belt, excuse me. Where you just basically you lick your hand, flip it, whatever's on there, that's what you take, right? I've had great success with base. I don't bonk, right? I very, very, very rarely bonk. Typically, I will alternate between water and my electrolyte mix. In this case, Element. Now it also depends. Sometimes I've done this a lot, right? So for me, I can handle it. You've got to acclimate, right? If you just start pouring all these electrolyte mixes and stuff down your stomach, it's gonna fuck your GI up, which means you're gonna have to go shit, right? It's just a big common thing in ultra endurance sports. Guys fuck guys, girls fuck their stomachs up. Don't even go into a damn porta john at an Ironman. It's the most disgusting thing ever because everyone's just completely exploded. But the key is, everybody's different on how much fluid. I'm a heavy sweater, so I do tend to consume a lot of water during. Again, we went a lot longer yesterday than from a time standpoint than I would have liked. If it was just me, I would have knocked that run out a lot faster. But I'm helping a friend out and wanted to do something awesome, so we slowed way down. What I did was set up my truck like in a figure eight. So every few miles, 8 to 10 miles, I was getting back to my truck so we could replenish, rehydrate, refill our flask. As far as that goes, I prefer running with a hydration belt where I can put two of my flasks on, and I keep a third in my hand when I'm doing something that long. A third, like carry flask in my hand, so it's easy to switch hands if I get tired of messing with it. Some people like the hydration vest. I don't. I'm not shaped like a traditional ultra distance runner. I'm a little thicker, so an extra, I mean, even the extra large hydration vest with the hydration packs typically, are a little constricting for me, and they're fucking hot, right? Yesterday, by the time we stopped running, the real tip or whatever was like 103, so it was getting hot quick. Again, I want to emphasize that hydration is a 24-hour process. Don't think that, okay, here I'm going to go run, let me bang a bunch of water. That's not going to do you a whole lot of good. As a matter of fact, it may have an adverse effect, because when you start that out of nowhere, when you're not spending a lot of time steadily hydrating your body, you start pushing electrolytes out. So pay attention to how much water you're consuming. Remember to compensate. If you're consuming a ton of caffeine, you want to compensate with electrolytes and with water, because those caffeine, alcohol, for example, are diuretics and they will flush you out. So I know it's kind of all over the place here. Really, I'm not doing this off an outline. Just wanted to cover what I do, and how I handle training in intense heat for long bouts of time.